You were not born confident. You were born uncertain like everyone else. But somewhere along the way, you learned to doubt yourself more than you trust yourself. Confidence is not about arrogance, it's about ownership, the ability to act without waiting for permission. In this audiobook, you will learn how to become dangerously confident. The kind of confidence that doesn't ask, it decides. The kind that doesn't seek approval, it creates results. You'll learn how to silence your hesitation, speak with certainty, and walk with purpose. If you're tired of holding yourself back, if you're ready to stop apologizing for existing, then listen closely. This is not just motivation, this is transformation. Welcome to How to Become Dangerously Confident. Subscribe, because this voice in your ear is going to change the way you see yourself forever. Chapter 1. Confidence is a decision, not a feeling. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you choose. Every confident person you've ever seen, they weren't born with it, they decided to move before they felt ready. That's the key. You don't wait for the feeling, you create it. You decide to speak even when your voice shakes. You decide to walk into the room even when your legs feel weak. You decide to act even when fear whispers, "Not yet." That's how confidence grows, through decisions, not emotions. Hesitation is a silent killer. Every second you wait for certainty, you lose power. You lose momentum. You lose opportunities that won't come back. Decide first, feel later. Say it again. Decide first, feel later. The soldier doesn't wait to feel brave. He moves, and bravery meets him in motion. The athlete doesn't wait for motivation. He trains, and motivation arrives mid-workout. The leader doesn't wait for approval. She leads, and respect follows. Confidence is the result of repeated courage. Each decision builds proof that you can handle more. Each action tells your mind, "I trust myself." That's the secret. Confidence isn't an emotion, it's evidence. So stop waiting to feel ready. You'll never feel ready, you'll just get started. And when you do, you'll realize you never needed permission. You've learned the truth about confidence. Now, let's build control, because confidence without control is chaos. Chapter 3. Speak less, say more. Confidence doesn't shout, it speaks once and means it. Every time you talk just to fill silence, you dilute your power. Words lose impact when you use them without purpose. Confident people understand this. They don't speak to be heard, they speak to be remembered. Silence creates presence. When you stop rushing to respond, you make others listen. A pause after your words signals certainty. It says, "I said what I meant." That's the key. Powerful people don't rush to explain, they don't fight for validation, they let their actions and composure do the talking. Learn to pause. Learn to hold eye contact. Learn to be comfortable in the quiet, because silence unsettles the insecure, but it strengthens the disciplined. You don't need to fill every gap with noise. You don't need to prove your point by repeating it 10 times. Speak once, clearly, directly, and confidently. Then stop. Let others react, let your words land. The most powerful person in the room is rarely the loudest. It's the one who controls the tempo, the one who listens more than they talk, the one who knows they don't need to prove anything. You have a choice. Chase attention or command it. Command comes from calm. Command comes from control. You've learned the strength of silence. Chapter 2. Stop explaining yourself. Confidence doesn't explain, it acts. When you keep explaining yourself, you're telling the world you doubt your own decisions. You're saying, "Please understand me." But confidence doesn't ask for understanding, it commands respect through execution. You don't owe explanations, you owe execution. That's the key. Every time you justify yourself, you lose a little bit of authority. Every time you over-explain, you teach people that your actions require approval. Stop doing that, stop handing your power away in words. Confident people move with clarity. They say what they mean, then they do what they say. No long speeches, no emotional disclaimers. Just direction, just action. You have a choice, either explain or execute. You can't do both at the same time. The person explaining is standing still, the person executing is moving forward. And the world only respects the one who moves. It's not about being rude, it's about being rooted. Rooted in your purpose, rooted in your decision. You don't need their permission, you don't need their approval. Because your actions will speak louder than your explanations ever could. When you stop explaining, you start commanding. You start leading, you start owning your path. People may not agree with you, but they'll learn to respect your direction. You don't owe explanations, you owe execution. That's your new rule, that's your new standard. You've learned to move without permission. Chapter 4. Your mind believes what you repeat. Your mind is always listening. Every word you speak, especially the ones you say to yourself, becomes instruction. If you tell yourself you're weak, your mind believes it. If you tell yourself you're powerful, your mind believes that too. That's the key. Your mind believes what you repeat. Repetition reprograms reality. The confident don't wait for belief. They build it through repetition. You speak strength into existence. You speak courage into motion. Say it until your mind has no option but to believe it. Every morning, every night, every challenge, repeat your truth. I move with certainty. I act with clarity. I trust my power. Say it until your voice becomes conviction. Say it until hesitation feels foreign. Say it until your self-doubt can't recognize you anymore. Confidence isn't magic, it's mental training. It's not about feeling perfect, it's about conditioning your focus. You have a choice: let your fears speak louder, or rewire your mind with stronger words. You don't need permission, you don't need proof, you just need practice. The more you repeat power, the more natural it becomes. And one day, you'll wake up acting from belief instead of fear. That's when you'll understand, your language creates your limits. Feed your mind strength, not stories. Repetition builds identity, identity builds confidence. You've learned how to reprogram your mind. Chapter 5. Stop seeking validation, build evidence. Validation is fragile, evidence is permanent. When you chase validation, your confidence belongs to someone else. When you build evidence, your confidence belongs to you. That's the key. You don't need applause, you need proof. Applause fades, proof compounds. The problem is, most people want to be seen winning before they've earned it. They crave recognition instead of progress. But validation is a trap. It makes you dependent on opinions that shift with the wind. Confidence built on attention is paper thin. Confidence built on evidence is unbreakable. Every small win, every promise kept, every task completed, every early morning you show up, becomes another brick in your foundation. That's how real confidence is built, not through praise, through proof. You have a choice: seek approval or build results. The one who seeks approval waits, the one who builds results moves. You can't do both. You either perform for applause or you perform for growth. And only one of them lasts. Stop explaining what you'll do, start showing it. Stop waiting for people to notice. Let your work speak so loudly they can't ignore it. Every day, add one more piece of evidence that says, I can handle this. Stack proof until it becomes unshakable belief. You don't need applause, you need proof. That's how confidence becomes identity. You've learned to build proof through action. Chapter 6. Turn rejection into reputation. Every no you hear is not the end, it's information. Rejection is not failure, it's feedback. And how you handle it decides whether you rise or retreat. That's the key. Every confident person you admire has one thing in common. They kept going through rejection. The entrepreneur who hears 99 no's and refines after each one earns a reputation that can't be faked. The artist who gets ignored but keeps creating develops mastery that no critic can stop. The leader who faces resistance and doesn't break becomes unstoppable. Rejection isn't your enemy, it's your coach. It tests your discipline, it sharpens your strategy, it builds your endurance. You don't need approval, you need adaptation. Rejection doesn't define you, your response to it does. When they say no, you study why. When they close the door, you build a better one. When they doubt you, you keep producing results until their silence becomes your applause. Say it with me. Rejection refines me. Rejection builds me. Each time you face rejection and keep moving, your skin thickens, your focus sharpens, your faith deepens. You stop reacting emotionally and start responding intelligently. You have a choice. Take rejection personally or use it professionally. The confident mind always chooses growth. Rejection builds your story. Rejection shapes your strength. Rejection turns pressure into power. You've learned to use rejection as fuel. Now let's bring your body into alignment with your mind. Chapter 7. Train your body to follow your mind. Your body is a reflection of your belief system. Before you speak a word, your posture already announces who's in charge. That's the key. Your posture trains your brain. Straighten your back, raise your chin. Command your energy. Confidence isn't just mental, it's physical. You can act your way into confidence faster than you can think your way into it. When your body stands tall, your brain receives a message. I am in control. When you slouch, when you shrink, you tell your mind, I am uncertain. You have a choice. Train your body to obey your doubts or your discipline. Body language rewires confidence faster than thought. The moment you adjust your stance, your breathing, your tone, your energy shifts. You stop waiting to feel powerful, you become powerful. Say it with me. Stand tall, speak slow, move like you belong. Every movement is a signal. Every gesture either builds or breaks your confidence. Walk with purpose, look people in the eye. Speak with control. Not rushed, not reactive, steady, grounded, certain. You don't need to fake it, you need to embody it. Because the body leads and the mind follows. The more you train your physical presence, the faster your emotional state aligns. Your body is your armor, your movement is your message. Carry yourself like you respect yourself. You've learned to align your body with confidence. Now let's ignite your fire within. Chapter 8. The Power of Controlled Aggression. Confidence isn't the absence of fire, it's the mastery of it. Real confidence is controlled aggression. Power restrained, not suppressed. That's the key. It's not about rage, it's not about chaos, it's about direction. Aggression isn't violence, it's focused motion. It's the ability to turn frustration into fuel instead of excuses. Every confident person carries that edge, that inner heat that says, I refuse to stay small. The athlete doesn't hate his opponent. He channels that intensity into precision. The leader doesn't attack the obstacle. She studies it, then destroys it with strategy. You have that same fire inside you, but most people waste it. They explode emotionally instead of acting intentionally. They vent instead of building. They complain instead of channeling. That's the difference between weak emotion and strong aggression. Controlled aggression is clarity in motion. It's saying, I feel the pressure, but I decide where it goes. You direct your energy into the gym, the work, the plan, the goal. You use your frustration to push harder, not to lash out. Say it again. Confidence is controlled fire. Too calm, and you're passive. Too wild, and you're reckless. But when you balance the two, calm mind, fierce spirit, you become unstoppable. You have a choice. waste your fire or weaponize it. Choose direction, choose focus, choose power. You've learned to master your inner fire. Now let's learn how to respect that power daily. Chapter 9. The Discipline of Self-Respect. Self-respect isn't given, it's earned. You teach the world how to treat you by how you treat yourself. That's the key. If you show up late for your own goals, you tell the world your time doesn't matter. If you break promises to yourself, you teach others they can do the same. Discipline builds dignity. Every time you honor your word, your confidence strengthens. Every time you follow through, your self-respect deepens. And every time you let yourself off the hook, your identity weakens. Respect yourself enough to stay consistent. Not just when it's convenient, not just when it's easy. Consistency is self-respect in action. Because every act of discipline says, I'm worth the effort. Stop waiting for people to value you. Show them how. Respect isn't about arrogance, it's about alignment. When your actions match your standards, the world notices. People treat consistent individuals differently. They sense stability, conviction, control. That's real power. It's not about perfection, it's about principle. You don't need to be flawless, you just need to be faithful to your word. The moment you start honoring your own commitments, your entire posture changes. Confidence becomes natural because you can trust yourself. Say it again, respect yourself enough to stay consistent. That's how you build dignity, that's how you command respect. You've learned how discipline creates confidence. Now let's take it to the highest level of POW. Chapter 10. Move like you're already there. Confidence doesn't wait for proof, it moves as if the proof already exists. The confident don't hope, they embody. They act as if, long before results appear. That's the key. The mind follows the motion of belief. If you walk like you've already arrived, your thoughts begin to align with that reality. You stop begging for opportunity and start behaving like you deserve it. And when your behavior changes, your environment eventually catches up. You don't fake it, you practice it. You practice confidence through posture, tone, and consistency. You practice success through decisions, not declarations. Because every move you make in alignment with your future self tells your mind, this is who I am now. The world responds to certainty. People sense belief before they hear words. If you carry yourself like a leader, you get treated like one. If you move with purpose, doors open that hesitation would have kept closed. So stop waiting for the right moment to become who you want to be. Move first, the moment will follow. You have a choice, act from your fears or act from your future. Confidence always chooses the future. Say it with me. Walk like you already arrived, because you have. You're not chasing confidence anymore. You're living it. You've trained your mind, your body, and your focus. And now you've arrived at dangerous confidence. Confidence is not luck. It's not talent. It's repetition. You become dangerously confident the moment you stop asking, "Can I?" and start saying, "I will." Decide before you're ready. Act before you're certain. Speak as if your words are commands, not questions. Every time you trust yourself, the voice of doubt weakens. And one day that voice goes silent, replaced by a calm certainty that you can handle anything. So from this moment on, live like the person you've been too afraid to become. You've studied enough, you've waited enough. Now, it's time to move. Because dangerous confidence isn't something you get, it's something you build.